Jojo is finding me. See the song Jojo has gone to find. Needless to say.
Charlie Jojo.
He's gone to find. Needless to say. Anyway, this is Game Plan. Oh, please. The show is brought to you by Betway. It's a sports show. We beg. So we have not abandoned the show. But it doesn't hurt to reminisce a little bit about our independence and some of the songs of that period. You know, I say all the time that the 60s seems to me like a period when there was a lot of enjoyment in Ghana, you know. Like, it must have been because from 1957 up to the early 60s, there was way too much
bloodshed.
Is it bloodshed? No, the enjoyment until the coup happened. I feel like the early 60s, I've had conversations with certain individuals, especially from the sports world, Okwadi being one of them, and he spoke about how much enjoyment Ghana had in the early 60s. When you remember that clip that every now and then will come around on the internet about Ghana winning a 4x100 meter relay event that was from the Commonwealth Games in the 60s. I believe 1964. I'll just confirm the date. And that was a really interesting period in Ghana's history when we were dominant, not just in geopolitics, but also in sports. You know, at the time it was a time that our national team was doing really well, because in the 60s we won 2 AFCON titles in the 60s. That's what I'm talking about. The 60s must have been really enjoyable. The people who lived through the 60s, they had the best life, especially the early 60s, because certainly they celebrated 2 Africa Cup of Nations titles.
Yep.
And the men's 4x100 meter relay team was winning
even in
relay gold medals in 1962.
Even if you want to limit it to football,
you know,
there was far too much to celebrate. So you've already mentioned the 2 AFCON titles, 63, 65, but we're also runners up in 68.
Yeah.
In the AFCON. Then at club level, there was the famous game with Real Madrid in 1962, August 19.
There was that.
That game that ended 3-3 at the Accra Sports Stadium, the old Accra Sports Stadium. Then on February 6, 69, Hearts of Oak played a 2-2 draw with Pele's Santos. So between 62 and 69, Ghana hosted 2 of the greatest players of all time in the game. The Real Madrid team that came here with Di Stefano.
Yes.
And Puskas.
Puskas. And I think there was another Paraguayan on that Real Madrid team that finished on the Ballon d'Or podium. But they brought 2 of them here. And then in 69, Accra Hearts of Oak brought Pele and the Brazilian contingent from Santos here. And on both occasions, Ghanaian clubs did not disgrace themselves. Hearts of Oak held Santos to a 2-2 draw at the Accra Sports Stadium. And then Real Madrid also held the Black Stars to a 3-3 draw at the Accra Sports Stadium. 2 events, 7 years apart. So sporting excellence across the national team and across even club levels. And then in 60, you had Nkrumah and Ohinijan deciding to actually formalize football, to move it away from GAFA to sort of creating a football association that will actually oversee and professionalize football. So that essentially in 1960 sort of became the precursor for everything else that followed. The national team success 3 years later, because it is not a coincidence that you set up a new football association and then within 3 years you win your first AFCON. 2 years later, the second AFCON follows. 3 years later, you make the AFCON final and finish in second place. In between, you are attracting the biggest names in football in the world into the country. Yeah. So first, the Real Madrid team that we've mentioned, and then Pele. Look,
also when Stanley Matthews came down to play
against Accra Hearts of Oak, the Stoke City team that came then. And Stanley Matthews, I think, had won the Ballon d'Or after winning the World Cup with England in 1966. And then he came down. So you are talking about multiple World Cup winners and multiple clubs that are excelling in Europe at that time, all coming to Ghana within that decade, between 1960 to 1970. I don't know if we'll ever get to a period where we will do as well in terms of even the AFCON success, but also pulling power to be able to host the equivalent of today, hosting the current Ballon d'Or holder and the club he plays for at the Accra Sports Stadium. Doing it 3 times in a decade.
And that's just the football, and that's the football side of things. Yes. So if we go into the athletic side of things, which is where I usually like to gravitate towards, we had our 2 most successful Commonwealth Games ever in the 60s.
Yeah.
In 1962, we won 9 medals at the Commonwealth Games, which was hosted in Kingston. And then in 1966 as well, the Kingston Games in 1966, we won 9 medals as well. 1962, I believe that was hosted in Perth, Western Australia. So 2 successive Commonwealth Games, Ghana was top of the medal table and performed creditably. In 62, for example, we won, I believe, 3 gold medals, and those gold medals all came in through 2 came in boxing and the other one came in athletics. The famous Michael Ahi. He won gold in the men's long jump in 1962, and he did quite well in that competition. He also was part of the men's 4x100 meter. At the time, it was 4x110 yards. So a long jumper. He was also part of the team. They claimed silver that year as well in the 4x1. And the following year, the following games in 1966, that was when they won the gold in the 4x110 meter yards in Kingston. So amazing stuff.
Look, let's expand the boxing conversation here.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the GBA website because I wanted a certain background to that training tour.
Okay. Just before you go on, a big shout to the guys who won gold, the boxers who won gold in the 1962 Commonwealth Games.
Right.
Eddie Blay and Clement Quarty.
Yes.
Now, it will interest you to know that Eddie Blay is the father of the famous DJ presenter
of Peer Pressure.
Of Peer Pressure Group. That's his son. And Eddie Blay Sr. Was also at the 1960 Olympic Games, where he also, 1964, where he won the bronze
in Tokyo
as well. Yeah, so he was at 1960, he did a medal, and then in 1964, he won a bronze medal in the light welterweight in Tokyo. So
that's what I was coming to.
Yeah, incredible.
Before all of these successes.
Yeah.
Because while we enjoy the laurels that came with, we also need to understand the scale of investments that went into it.
Yeah, and he won back-to-back gold, by the way, in the Commonwealth Games in 62 and 66.
Before all of that, the Black Bombers team was sent to the UK. According to the GBA website, they called it a training tour ahead of the Rome Olympic Games.
By the way, that was where he met Eddie Blaze Jr.'s mother. So a bit of an interesting
He was scoring points
there.
in and outside of the ring.
Yeah.
So Corte was there, Eddie Blay himself was there, team manager Jack Roy, former Olympic coach, and then the British national boxing team was who Ghana employed to train the team. So one, you are talking about that investment, but also you are also talking about finding the right people. Just everything that I say, I want you to think of the modern equivalent of it. What they did was to go for the former team manager of the British boxing national team. That's Jack Roy. So think of, in today's terms, someone at that level.
Before you go on, I've been told Sicho is on with us. Sicho, are you there? Where are you? How are you?
Hi, friends. Happy Independence Day to you guys.
Happy Independence Day to you,
I'm
man.
fine. How are you guys?
So we can't see you, so we don't believe that you are fine.
Yeah, I'm on Seattle. Today I'm not on video, I'm on audio. It's radio. You people have fought the radio culture. You people have turned radio into TV. Every day you want your faces to be somewhere. today I'm doing I'm not visiting the radio time during Independence Day.
Oh, so you two are doing throwback.
Yes, I'm doing throwback. So today you hear my voice. You will see my face. This radio TV agenda today is out.
That is fair. That is
Today
fair.
it is out.
That is fair. We are just throwing it back to the 60s and all of that.
Brilliant stories.
Yeah.
Amazing,
So it's
amazing
just
stories.
you know. So I was just saying that the
It's only a shame that down over the last couple of years, since those highs,
yes,
we've not necessarily been very deliberate about sustaining any success in this sector and session. Because looking at listening to Achu and yourself, you know, on the success stories was deliberate. Government pushing an agenda using sport. And you know, these days, a lot of the countries like Morocco, like Qatar, like Saudi Arabia, like UAE, they are only copying what we knew in the 50s.
Yeah.
In using sports to grow an economy, using sports to grow a country, using sports to foster unity. They are now copying it and they now have the cash to do it. We had it way back. It's only a shame that we've not been able to, you know, sustain it into this level. But yeah, it's a wonderful throwback.
Yeah. Anyway, so actually, you were talking about the camp. Clement Corte, by the way, he won silver as well.
I'll give you the full list
in Rome. Yeah,
but essentially, what I want to put across is that
he's related to the famous I Corte.
Yeah. What I want to put across, what I want to establish is that you have clear government policy to make boxing big. So you have the state commitment, followed by a plan to invest. And make sure that they get the right training before all of these games start happening in the 60s. They go to the UK. Then that investment also had intentional focus on capacity and competence. So they decided to go and hire Jack Roy, former team manager of the British boxing national team. What happened after that level of investment? Because people often tend to talk about how because it was in Nkrumah's interest and he wanted to do it, that's why he did it. But they don't think about the how and why these days, even though there appears to be a certain interest in boxing, we never really see the same moves being made. What followed after that commitment, investment, and then capacity building and focusing on quality minds to train the team? 1960, in that same year, Clement Corte wins Olympic silver in Rome. After that training camp in the UK. In November of that year, Floyd Cloete Robertson wins the Commonwealth title. 2 years later, Ghana dominates the Commonwealth Games in Perth. You've already mentioned some of the laurels. A year later, Sumo Kpakpalote challenges for the World Super Featherweight title. He's unsuccessful, but gets close enough and finishes close to the medal podium. 64 is what you've just mentioned, Eddie Blay winning the medal bronze in Tokyo. Then Floyd Robertson comes back again, challenges for the world featherweight title. So what you can see from Clement Corte, Eddie Blay, Sumo Kpakpalote, Floyd Robertson, all of them had multiple shots at world titles, and they all came home with either a world title or a medal at an Olympic or Commonwealth Games. That is what world-class training does for you. And I will take advantage of this to say that, look, this is going to hurt a lot of people, but we need to move on from Coach Ofori Asare.
It's Independence Day. It's free of violence. So
no, but you see, we can do better. I'm not saying get rid of him from the federation or from the amateur boxing space totally. No. He definitely has some uses. But as far as the brains of boxing talent development, the planning, the programming, at the moment we don't have anything. The only thing Ghana relies on is what Coach Ofori Asare does, and we thank him for that. But if we are going to
modernize the methods,
we need to modernize it, but also introduce a bit more experienced minds, people who don't just know how to win, but have got a history of winning and developing world-class talents who are medaling at the Olympic Commonwealth Games consistently and are winning world titles after that.
Coach Asare give you an Olympic game medalist for the first time in 49 years.
What happens to all of these boxers after that? The last time Game Boy was on.
Hold on, he's only judged at the amateur level. So if he guys
but I'm
to
saying
go
that
and win He also delivered bronze medals at the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham, I believe, in 2022. We got 2 bronze medals from boxing.
I'm saying that.
And we got a bronze medal, a year before that at the Olympic Games as well. And that was the first bronze medal any medal at the... In fact, a first medal at the Olympic Games since 92 and a first boxing medal since, I believe, 64 or something like that.
I'm not discounting his
So
contribution.
I'm saying that Wayebi, and he has shown that he's still relevant because those achievements aren't that
But
far.
I'm saying that the place for him,
yeah,
I'm saying we can do better than him. The entire plan for developing boxing talents at the national level cannot rest with him.
Okay,
You can have a structure where he has a coaching role there. Okay. But when you say he's the technical director, it should be something far bigger.
He should be at the helm of policy.
At the helm of policy, draft a plan for identifying the talents at every level.
You shouldn't still be seeing in the boxing ring.
That's why I'm saying we can do better than that. He can have his role, maybe as a trainer, because clearly that is where his skill is. But in terms of the brains of the Operation Ghana boxing, I think, and you see, this is a problem because you then have to change the quality of minds running boxing in itself.
Yeah.
The people at the NSA who have oversight responsibility, because as I established, the success started from a government's policy, provided funds, came up with a plan, and hired the right people. So even if you put a framework in place and it doesn't have government's backing and financial commitments,
interesting. Danny K, I mean, actually, with a very interesting boxing perspective, I brought some athletics into the fray. Football in the 60s, certainly we dominated Ahinija. By the way, did you, I wrote a whole article on how Ghana came to be. I think growing up, you all were very familiar with a nickname that Ghana had. We used to call ourselves the Brazil of Africa. Do we still do that? Do we still call ourselves the Brazil of Africa?
I
haven't heard that in a while, but I think we all remember that it was a big deal. And I think that sort of informed even our style of football, because still when the Ghana national team performs and they don't, and there's no cachet in it, it's like people don't like that. It's like
it's good we started with the 60s conversation, because that was basically the birth of that.
Yes, so it was during that period. Just a bit of a history there, like. In the 60s, Brazil was obviously dominating world football. I think they won the World Cup in '62, and they made the final in several other editions. Pele was the biggest deal back in the day, and at the same time, Ghana was also dominating African football, winning AFCON titles during the same period. So it was sort of like, once Brazil is dominating, we are dominating here. We are the Brazil of Africa. But even beyond that, there's a more personal relationship between Ghana and Brazil, dating even all the way back to the 19th century. There are several people in Accra, in modern-day Accra, around Jamestown, that came from Brazil as a result of the Mali rebellion back in 1835. Returned to, several of them returned to the continent. Some of them returned to Accra and settled around Jamestown. And their leader at the time was called Ni Azuma Nelson. This is in the 19th century. Right. And it's very interesting, because that name is what later gave us the greatest African boxer of all time. So he's a descendant of that Brazilian Mali rebellion of 1835. When they first settled around the coast, a lot of them took up the trade of tailoring. So if you go to around Jamestown, it's still pretty much a big deal among those families who took up tailoring as a massive trade. So you can see that the relationship between Ghana and Brazil dates all the way back to...
the football connection is actually
that's
more
what
direct.
I'm coming to.
The football direction is actually more direct, because, again, you have a state's policy that decided to sponsor the head coach of the Black Stars, CK Jemfi, the late CK Jemfi at the time, to go and train in Brazil.
Yeah.
And then subsequent to that, the national team went on training tours in Brazil.
Yeah, they did. And
then the national team hired a Brazilian coach.
Yes, they did. So and this is an interesting part of the story that many people don't know. CK Jenfi, he was sent to, I think, Brazil in 1962, I believe, was when he was sent to Brazil to understudy the Brazilian football system and learn about their tactics at the time. I think it was at the University of Sao Paulo. And when he went there, he met a certain student at the time and formed a close friendship with that particular student, whose name, as you would all know, is Carlos Alberto Pereira, who later led Brazil to the World Cup title in 1994. Now, Pereira, you remember back then when CK Jenfi returned to Ghana, Kwame Nkrumah and Ohenejan had seen enough of the then head coach of the team. I believe his name was Amba also. They sacked him and installed CK Jenfi as the head coach just a year before the AFCON in 1963. And CK went on, of course, to lead Ghana to the AFCON title in that particular year. So its vision was clear. The way he wanted to play football was very similar to what he had seen in Brazil. And so, all attack, all defensive style of football, that basically was what he implemented. And I think the way we won the AFCON in 1963, the style with which we won it, the way we played the football en route to winning it, was what earned us the nickname. CK had come from Brazil as well, and they had brought the Brazilian style. So the connection was very natural. So then people said, you know what, in that sense, then we
also with a big emphasis on individual brilliance. So players were allowed to. So Keche.
Yes, Keche. Yes. Exactly. And you see, sometimes people don't even understand the source and the brain. The motivation behind Keche is this, and it came from Brazil. It's Joga Bonito. Yeah. Is this that kids growing up, they don't have anything, they just have a football and they play the football for several hours. So there is this natural inclination to do a whole lot with the ball when they have it, because they spend hours and hours and hours with the ball practicing different kinds of skills. So there's less emphasis on tactics and more emphasis on developing individual skills. What can you do with the ball? Yeah. And most of the kids that come into or that came up through that system back in the day, they come in and they're so skillful because even before they started to play organized football, they had already spent so many hours in kickabouts, practicing so many skills that it was virtually impossible to try to put them into a system where the individuality didn't come out. So the emphasis, as you rightly indicated, was more on the individuality contributing to the collective goal rather than starting from the collective before going out into the individual.
And that mentality has influenced all of our successful football clubs.
Yeah.
And we, the Ghanaians who watch the game. So, in fact, I grew up in Takrady. Of the teams there, the team I supported was secondly Azakes.
Yeah.
You know the Azakes motto? They have the best motto in world football.
Yeah.
Play the game, but lovely. Emphasis on the entertainment value that the football will give you. And that is why, if you speak to the older generation of Azakes fans, the only coaches they would appreciate are the ones who entertain them. And it is that mindset. And it is also the reason, even for us, those born in the 80s, those born in the 90s up to the late 90s, if you ask any Ghanaian fan to assess or review any football game, they view it from the lens of entertainment value. And that's why, while we have had some success, in fact, our best success post-2000 has come with coaches who preach conservative football.
Yeah.
The ones that we enjoy are the players who are very expressive.
Yeah.
So even if in that spell, the team didn't really achieve too much, we gravitate towards the individual players.
We do.
So really the older heads will mention Shamokwes and those players when they didn't win anything in the 90s for the Black Stars, even when it was the period of near misses. But it is born out of this mentality that football ought to be enjoyed.
A
lot of people, it is their escape from their real life scenarios.
Yeah.
And so when they turn up, they want something that will entertain them.
Absolutely.
And a big part of that came from everything that our forefathers saw and experienced and invested in the 60s. Yeah. And when it delivers the results that it did for us, often we talk about the Black Stars, but even in the Champions League era, we had Olympics making the final. We had Azakes winning the WAFU tournaments. Kotoko won the final in the 80s. Then later in the 90s, you had all of them from the same philosophy.
Yeah. And many people don't know this, but after 63 and 64, when we won, we also made the final in 68.
Yeah.
And guess who was in charge?
Carlos Alberto Pereira.
Yeah.
And the year before, he had taken, was it Kotoko, to the CAF, their first African Champions Cup final.
And he learned his English here. He came to Ghana to learn English as well. And obviously, he didn't win the AFCON, but he made the final in 1968. And several years later, he finally got his gold medal. And it was the biggest gold medal you could get in world football in 1994. So, in a way, even Ghana contributed to Brazil's World Cup win in 1994. If it wasn't for us, I mean, but because, I mean, to be fair, Carlos Alberto Pereira's first coaching job was in Ghana.
Yeah. He was a student in Brazil.
Yes, that's the point I'm making.
He was teaching PE
teacher
in Brazil.
His first real coaching job was here when CK brought him. CK Jemfi, not Akono. When CK Jemfi brought him to come and take over from him as Black Stars coach, and he got a job, as Daniel mentioned, with a club side before that, and then he got his opportunity with the national team, took them to the final. And the 68 teams, many people would tell you, it's probably the greatest Black Stars team to never win an AFCON.
Yeah.
It's like the same thing they say about the Brazil 82 team.
82 team, yeah.
Right, the greatest national team to never win the World Cup. It's similar. 68, that was the peak of, I believe, Osei Kofi as well, right? So Ghana played some amazing football.
Yeah, I think he was part of the top scorers for that Kotoko spell, the final that they reached. Then a couple years later, was it the 72 Africa CAF Champions League? There were two Ghanaian teams in the semi-final. Olympics made the semi-final. Kotoko went to the final. They lost. Then Kotoko came back the following year and then won the Champions League. And the style was very similar. So they were marquee players during that time. So the late Jones Atukefi was Olympic star player. Not just scoring goals, but very interesting on the ball, very enterprising on the ball. And it just showed that relationship has always been there. And for me, when you look back at the intentionality of the guys at the top, Ohenejan and then Kwame Nkrumah, trying to form an identity for the Black Stars. That was way back in the early 60s. They needed Ghana to have a certain style, and that's what influenced the start of the conversation that we had. That's what influenced the Real Madrids and Stanley Matthews and Santos coming to Ghana, sending CK Jemfi out there just to go and learn what the best in the world were doing, bring it back home, adapt it to our style, and form a sustainable style for the Black Stars. And as you said, we used to call ourselves the Brazil of Ghana. In fact, it continued till the 90s. That Elamtes team, that tag was there.
Even at the 06 World Cup, when
that tag was still there. Yeah. So that was some really good work from Kwame Nkrumah and Ohenejan.
And in 06, the two Brazilians finally came to clash, obviously, and there was one.
See, one day I want us to talk about that game.
What is it? Today is freestyle day. What is
the most nonsensical piece of football I've watched in my life. That 2006 round of 16.
What are you talking about?
Let me explain. Let me explain.
That was the second greatest Brazilian team to not win the World Cup.
Let me explain. Oh boy, it's not true. Let me explain.
2006.
No.
Ronaldinho.
No, they had names.
Yes, they had names.
No. But they were not as good.
Why would you say no? They had names.
Hold on.
Ronaldo was over 90 kg.
Sicho is talking. Say what?
That Brazilian team, they had names, but most of them who were supposed to play key positions
were on their last legs.
Yeah. So Roberto Carlos, Cafu, Jorginho Pernambucano, Ronaldo.
You know why I don't buy the last legs? I understand your point, but I don't agree. You know why?
Why?
Hang on.
You let him finish making
Hang on. Those players, most of them were on their last legs. And remember that in 2005, ahead of that 2006 World Cup, right? Ferreira had taken that team to the Confederation Cup, and they have gone on to win it
4-0.
The team he took to the Confederation Cup, he had Cicinho and some players in that team who were younger and hungrier.
Yeah, a fresh Adriano.
They were faster, they were fresher. But ahead of the World Cup, if I come to the pressure of so many people asking them to bring the players they knew from 2002, I guarantee you that if he had kept a core of the team that won the Copa America in 2005, the storyline would have been different. And it typified in the game against France. The goal Thierry Henry even scored. It was Roberto Carlos who was so tired he was even holding his knees. He only walked past Roberto Carlos as Gibbs was following him. Roberto Carlos said, "I'm tired, you go ahead." Then Henry went to tap the ball home. Roberto Carlos was looking at Henry, and Henry was waving at him when he went to score. They were tired. And to be fair, still only they know more. But any team that took the game to them and had a little bit of an ability like France, Brazil was there for the taking.
Yeah.
That team, they had the name by some way. They should have gone with the 205 Confederation Cup team. That would have been a different story.
Yeah, but while you were talking, I just put it just started to occur to me that I don't think they even had the oldest squad, and I just pulled out the numbers, and I was absolutely right that in terms of average age of squad, Brazil's average age in that tournament was 28.
We're not talking about average age.
No, you said last leg. What is last leg?
Last legs meaning the people who carried that squad, the spine of the team. They were done.
The main people.
That was who was imposed? 2006.
Dida.
That was Dida's last major tournament. Yeah. That was Ronaldo's last major tournament. In fact, Cafu's last major tournament, Roberto Carlos's last major tournament.
Yes.
After that, 2007, the Copa America that they went to 2007, they changed the entire team.
Should I give you an example of another team who had players whose last tournament was that year made the final? France.
So if two old teams are no, I'm saying that Brazilian team, you made a statement that Brazilian team is one of the greatest to never win, and we are saying that if you are comparing to previous Brazilian teams, we expected them to go out. They were not good. You have made my stance. Let me explain it. I said that that round of 16 game that Ghana played against Brazil
was a nonsensical game of football.
Hey, why? At the time, I was happy, but as I grew, in fact, I watched that game in 2019. I watched that full game. I say, yeah, Ghana. We had the legs. We were physically more dominant. And our forward line, speed. Why did we go and look at go and watch that game again? Ghana were playing a high line like we were some Pep Guardiola team.
The tactics were subpar.
Subpar. We literally went there insisting on playing our game.
The third,
Charlie,
the
I just want to open up for Brazil to beat us. We were going to face Brazil. If we had been pragmatic in that game, drop the defensive line small, allowed Brazil to have possession and hit them would have lashed them rough. The game plan we played against Czech Republic,
we would have beaten Brazil.
I would have beaten them. I'm telling you, I promise you. Because even in spite of that game plan we had, in the middle of the park, we were dominating. They had Ronaldinho and Gilberto Silva and co. Apia them were dominating. They were passing the ball around Brazil. We were creating some 1 or 2 opportunities. The point is, our game plan was literally there for the take. All the Ronaldo's goal, high line, they exploited it. We were all raising a hand for offside. Simple. He had enough time to take 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch, step over, pass the goalkeeper. See Roberto's goal. The high line is almost as far as the center line.
Yeah.
They just went past him. And you see, we lost that game because of a lack of experience. Yeah, it was lack of experience. And I'm saying that if we had been a bit more pragmatic, we had the men, we had the ability.
But Asian was suspended.
Who would have beaten them?
But Asian was suspended. If
Asian play that game, still will lose. But that game plan we played, that highlight.
You know what was strange?
Baby Jet went to take a dive and got sent off.
You know what was strange about that approach?
Why are you losing at the point? It was 2-0 at the point.
You know what was strange?
It doesn't matter, but the naivety we spoke about,
the game was lost already at that time.
It was
2-0. You are not coming back.
You don't get it. I'm saying that he spoke about a certain naivety in approach, and I'm saying that apart from the naivety in the tactical approach, there were certain individuals that because in one tournament, hold on. In one tournament with 4 matches. He received 2 red cards. How is that possible?
Yes, but at that point, the game was lost.
He was 20.
That's what I'm saying. So,
Yeah,
but
but
the
the
naivety
second-
extends to
yeah.
individual.
And I
Yeah,
got
that's
what-
hold on.
That's
the
Brazil
moment the
red
second
card.
goal went in.
That's
Charlie,
not,
the game
it's
was over.
beside the point. I'm saying that you can't go to a tournament, right, and play 4 matches, and in 4 games,
Yes, you are looking at it as a
one
whole.
person gets
We are
sent
looking
off
at
2
it, but
times.
specifically at
In the
that game,
context of that game,
we had already thrown the game away
Charlie,
by the
it
time
was
we got the red
insignificant.
card.
You know what was strange about that approach? That's not how we played Italy.
A shock.
That's not how we played Czech Republic.
No, that's how we play Czech Republic.
Yeah, but
that's
Czech
not how we
Republic,
play.
we
yeah.
mixed it up.
Yeah. No, you're right.
mixed
That's
it
not how
up.
we play Czech Republic. We dropped it. We respected them, but when we saw we had the midfield
Charlie,
was working.
even in the qualifiers, listen, every time it gets mentioned, it gets more frustrating because even in the qualifiers, how many opponents did we play with that style against in Ghana? How often did you see the Black Stars backline at the center of the pitch, either at the Babaya?
You see, the thing is, there were games where we were very dominant.
yes, but
It wasn't exploited because of the weakness of the opposition.
forget about. I'm saying that,
But-
I don't remember us being that expansive, even against supposedly weaker opponents.
No, but even USA we played like that.
Yeah, but when you face Brazil, Charlie, show some respect.
So that's
But
all.
we
That's
didn't
the
show
thing.
any risk. We didn't show any humility.
No, you see, the USA game. Go back and go and watch that USA game. After we took the lead, Dramani school.
Dramani.
The equalizer. Go and check where our back line was. High up, cross-field pass. It took all of us out. They crossed the
It's
ball into
true.
the box. And then, was it Dempsey who scored?
Yeah, Clement.
1-1. Simple. Just exploiting our. So my point is, if you had done your studies at the end of the group stage, you saw that, USA, they were able to get behind this high line.
and got a goal.
Then this Brazil team,
They were
with all their
expected-
experience and all their skill, Charlie, it's just one Ronaldinho pass that will wipe you out, and then that's all. So drop it small. I want to watch that guy. Say, yeah, this team
Yeah.
could easily have made a quarterfinal. Easily have made a quarterfinal.
And even with that, as you indicated, we were a bit unlucky. There was this header from John Mensah that
Hit the
did
bar.
that save.
Saved, yeah.
With his foot, I believe.
First half.
Oh my God. If that had gone in, that's 1-1.
But
And
they
then we
scored
had a
2 and
game
3.
on our hold on. And then we had a game on our hands.
Fen, there was no way we would have won that game without.
Eh.
Did
Even
you
if-
see Roberto's goal?
I did. Embarrassing. I said it already.
Do you know that it was Ronaldinho who gave the assist?
Yeah.
You know, say when he picked up the ball, no, he was surrounded by enough Ghanaian players.
Yeah, a lot.
It's skill.
They were
One
they were
movement,
bandits.
no, he saw Roberto,
Yeah.
no, that's all.
They were
Then we
bandits.
all 10 now outside, man.
But look, as we grow, yeah,
But the
Our technical
Olele
teams
said,
cannot
they
be
step
making-
over Ronaldo, do Olele. Now every FIFA highlights he did it.
But
yeah.
Ronaldo will take that into
That
more
is
keepers.
I know. But that particular one,
Remember the
every,
Oliver Kahn
that's
one?
the only one you do for World Cup.
For World Cup, yeah.
Oh, 202. There were a couple of those.
But that one is always the one in the highlight reel.
because he be youthful. I see how far.
But recently, I think last week, someone posted a video of Asian's performance against Italy.
Yeah.
And then everybody was like, Akomko. Hey,
No, we played for that
midfielders are
game.
back home.
No, that Italy game, we
Apart
played
from
well.
that, too, midfielders are back home.
Rough.
Do you want to have this conversation?
I want to. That's why I've brought it. Midfielders are back home.
It is not that Omar Bako. 2 things have happened. The first one, we have not added any value to the midfielders that we get.
How so?
So even in the Asian generation, the ones who hit world class levels were the ones who left this country early. Asian, Apia, all of them, they left this country in their teens. They left. Apia may have been the only one who played multiple Ghana Premier League seasons
before he left.
and then he left. But even him, while he was in the Ghana Premier League, he had to 2 World Youth Championships.
Under 17, under
Yes.
20.
But generally, we don't add value to the talents that we produce. So if the player doesn't make it out of Ghana to get educated, the talent dies there. But the bigger problem is that even for those who make it outside of Ghana, see, with Asian and Apia, we got lucky. Because they found themselves in countries where their natural footballing talent was not coached out of them. That is how come Asian could bomb further up the pitch and be just as effective as he was when defending the penalty box. Majority of the midfielders, not just midfielders, players we produce today are being educated for football philosophies half a world away. So when the midfielder starts playing, he's been told that, Charlie, keep it simple.
Don't lose the ball.
Don't take risks in this
sideways
zone.
passes.
Play according to a philosophy that exists elsewhere. It is not bad. But we have come to a point where, Charlie, it is very difficult to find your typical Ghanaian central midfielder.
Strong, powerful, effective in both boxes.
And still technically secure.
AKA
These days, if you find someone who is naturally gifted, has that technical security, they are more often than not powerful. They don't have a tank with. In the past, that was the prerequisite for every midfielder. You had to be able to get up and down the pitch. And irrespective of the game state, you should be able to, when the space is there, be able to pick a pass. The game today has gravitated towards specialists. And so, when you look through your Black Stars, about today, as we are going to the World Cup, the conversation is about, without Partey, we don't have anyone who has a skill set, not performance level, skill set, keke. So you have a lot of specialist DMs. Elisha Usu, Baba Idrisu.
Apart from winning the ball,
that is it. They can't do anything else with it.
No. I was trying to ask at you what is Elijah Usu's
You see that,
speciality?
and so
say your question again.
You said Elisha Usu and Co are specialists. I just want to know what their speciality is.
Charlie, this guy.
Elisha wins the ball.
Don't do that.
Washing machine.
I guess it's true. That one's safe. Charlie, that one's safe. You go wash the. You go finish the laundry. The sea stains for them.
The specialist people you are talking about, it's not. I mean, I don't think Ghana really have specialists in our midfield. The whole truth of the matter is that across the world, forget Ghana, standards in the quality of footballers you are producing has dropped. It has dropped because we have all decided that footballers should play one way. Every midfielder should look like this across the world. So the midfielder in Ghana should be able to play like a midfielder in England. That's the only way the Ghanaian midfielder is marketable. The English midfielder should be able to play like the Spanish midfielder. That's the only way he has value to himself. So right now we are losing the natural greats we had, like the Asians, the Boateng, the Seminapiers, who had extra things about their game. And they were distinctly Ghanaians or West African because they are powerful, they are strong, they can gallop up and down, they can even play left back or right back because they are powerful enough. But these days, once you're a midfielder, you should be able to take you from Ghana and put you in the Spanish national team. You should be able to take you from Portugal and put you in Argentina. We've generalized the sport such that a centre back from Argentina should be able to pass the ball from the back like a centre back in Spain. So I don't think it's necessarily a Ghanaian problem. It's the football ecosystem problem, where all academies are almost using the same handbooks and modifying special talents or players with special attributes to fit into one hole or one bracket of what is acceptable for every rule.
What can be?
Anyway, the other thing also,
the
heavy focus on tactics, the detriment of individual responsibility. So we tend to tell players that you leave this, the coach will figure it out, or we tend to look at every action in the broader context of how it affects the structure of the team.
System.
Yes. So if you are sometimes it makes sense.
AKA we are a system
player.
Yes. Sometimes it makes sense, but I'm saying that we don't need to coach inventiveness, intuition out of our players.
I want us to talk about. Daniel mentioned something. He got me thinking. He said that in the 2006 game against Brazil, in his opinion, we had the personnel, we had the men to have been able to beat Brazil. I don't know about what you think. 055-111-1997. That's the WhatsApp number. But the question I want to ask is, so if you believe that in 2006, if we had just been tactically wiser and be more self-aware, we had a chance against Brazil because, in your words, we had the men. So it got me thinking. The 2006 squad, the 2010 squad, the 2014 squad, there are players that overlap in those three squads for the World Cup, correct?
Yeah.
But I would put achievement aside and let's just look at
2006, 2010,
2010 and 2014.
and 2014 World Cup.
Yes.
Okay.
Those 3 tournaments, the squad Ghana took to those 3 tournaments, there are players that overlap in some of them. Certainly, Asian overlaps between Asian and Muntari overlap between 06 and 2014. Muntari overlaps in all 3. Ayu overlaps in 2. Derek Boateng overlaps in 2. So we have players that overlap in them. But here's a question. If the 2006 squad played a match against the 2010 squad, or the 2010 squad played a game against the 2014 squad, who wins that game? Which squad was better? I'm not talking about who achieved the most.
We also adding
We know
style.
who achieved the most.
Are we adding style?
And
Like,
their coaches.
Yes, plus their coaches and the way they were playing.
Just say, you already know, you have ruled out. He has ruled out.
No, I've not ruled out.
Hold on.
No. You want to do agenda?
No, that question.
No. I'm saying I said this. So let me tell you why I was asking that question. I wanted to know how to look at it.
Yeah.
When I said the coach, if you are looking at players, you are just going to pick on paper. When I said the coach and style, I'm looking at how the 2006, the strength of the team. Then I'm also going to continue to look at their peak performances at those World Cups. So 2006, I'll probably pick the Czech Republic game because that's the game where everything is set.
Okay.
The
I thought you were going to
2010
go
game.
over Rob Kwanka because of Doya on Wasan. Go face Brazil, then you play highlight from the center.
No. But
Akwesi style, so wait.
no, but Akwesi the Germany game, no.
Yeah.
Solid.
All right. So
delivery.
let's do that. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
So everything in totality.
Yeah.
All right. And Sicho, you are listening to, right? Okay. The 06 squad, the 20.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Yes, the 2010 squad, and the 2014 squad. Each one with their best game on their best day. Who wins? Daniki.
Oh, look, it's a very tough one. It's a three team group, so all play all. Let me do it this way: 2010 versus 06. 2010 versus 06. 2010 will win, and I'm saying 2010 will win because of style. That's why I asked that question.
Not because of the personnel.
No, 2010 knew how to defend. They knew how to defend, and they were devastating on counter and very efficient. If you go and look at shots, Ghana didn't play plenty shots in that World Cup. But when we went forward, we will score. You see that somebody is going to chalk us in the box. When I say chalk, today's Independence Day, so I'm using all the colloquial terms. Chalk us in the box. So we could win fouls close to the box, inside the box. We were very difficult to break down. The defensive line was solid. Vosa and Mensah were solid. So there were not too many spaces you could find. But then you go to the 2016. The 2016, they kept only 1 clean sheet in that World Cup, and they were conceding for fun. They conceded 2 against Italy. The only clean sheet they had was a Czech Republic game, 10-man Czech Republic. Then USA scored them. USA 2 went close. I said, this match is go back and watch them. USA could have equalized. Like, the second half was some way, but we survived. Then the Brazil game to Baya 3-0. That game pain you. I see. I promise.
Do you think that Asian yellow card against USA was a yellow card? I mean, Bruce Arena is on record to have said it was harsh. Because that was what meant he missed the Brazil game.
It was harsh, but it's those things. It's those things. Like somebody will say it is. Yeah, it goes for you. It goes against you. It goes against you. But I'm telling you that based on that Brazil game, no, let's pause for that Brazil game. If ACM played, we say him played, we still scores. Go and watch that game. There's nothing ACM could have done in that game to prevent.
Oh, sometimes it's also spirit.
They will ship us, Masa.
He was sitting with the spirit on the touchline.
They will ship us. But I think 2010 team will beat 2016.
I will only agree with you. Also, in the sense that I feel like the 2010 squad had a bit more maturity and a bit more experience about them, the way they went about it. Because even though Jan was also in the 06 team, 2010 Jan
he was better than
the 2006 Jan. And that was that.
And 2006 team too were wasteful. That 06 team, they were wasteful. They were that team was good. Like expansive football. If you like expansive football, you enjoy that team. They played football. They created chances, but they were not scoring enough. And if I put that against the 2010 team, obviously your chances will be limited. And that 2006 Jan was wasteful. He was some way. As against 2010 Jan, where one chance, one goal. So I think the 2010 team will beat the 2016.
What about 2006 Olele versus 2010 Olele?
Oh, 2010 Olele is the best too. 2010 Olele, go to the FIFA's website. One of the greatest African goalkeepers. They've put the whole this thing. They've done video and they've done writer. That Olele performance, Charlie, forget who the greatest Olele.
I said the Forlan free kick.
No, that one is a ball. It was making noise. It was a ball.
Oh, there were actually 2 goals like that. Ozil's goal. Germany, you forgot it.
Yeah, that one too.
Ozil,
The ball, that ball here some way. That ball here some way. So you can't really blame. All keepers suffered from that.
And you look at.
So the first match,
you have a point too. Even 2010 John Pencil.
I was way better than
06 Pencil.
Charlie, 2010 John Pencil and Vossao. And you see, at the time, no, defending was. There was more grit to it. Defenders had to actually do like defending. So there were more duels. And look at the physicality of. Actually, it was solid. Now look at that Uruguay game, Forlan and Suarez. They suffered. Like Vossa and Mensah really gave them a run for their money. So I'm saying that team.
In 06, the defense was not settled.
No.
We had to change Zamiko for
after
the defense.
See, the defense was good, but the idea was not.
Yeah, they were too open.
The individuals there, Sami Kufuor and John Mensah, solid.
And see, there was another problem.
Even with that one, we dropped Sami Kufuor after the East League game.
Yeah, but I'm saying that even that 2016, no, the midfield combination from a defensive point of view wasn't the best.
Because we had to use Eric Addo, who was a makeshift defensive midfielder.
But that combination, it wasn't the best. Because...
Sicho, you say what?
Yeah, it's a difficult one because, look, I also think that I genuinely think really that if we have swapped places, like the 2010 team was the first team that went to the World Cup, so the 2010 team went to 2006. And the 2006 team were the second group that went to the second World Cup, so they would have gone to 2010. If we swapped it, we probably would have done even maybe better in 2010. The reason is we can't also negate what that stage meant to that group in 2006. It was their first ever World Cup. It was Ghana's first ever. They had never been to the stage. So all of that played a part. The quality of the players was never really in that. But I think also what we achieved in 2006 also spilled over into what made us what we were in 2010. So I'm only looking at if we are swapped, and then the 2010 group had the experience and the feeling of the 2006, and then it was vice versa. That is why I find it sometimes difficult because, especially Danny says it in that Brazil game in 2006 was clearly lack of experience, clearly playing to the stage. Playing for the moment, it is Brazil, it is the World Cup, it's in Germany. By 2010, all of that didn't matter to the boys. They didn't care who they were playing. The stage didn't matter. The opponent didn't matter. Suarez, whoever, they didn't care. They didn't care. But in 2006, they cared. In 2006, it mattered. In 2006, it was a big deal. So I think the 2006 team, for me, if you had that appears, the young Jan, they asked for Jan between 2 generations or the killer. But imagine if we had a Asian of 2006 having gone through the World Cup playing in that 2010 competition, I genuinely think it would have been different. So that's how I like to look at it. But then the question is their peak games and their best games. If you're picking their peak games and their best games, it's surely going to go for the 2010 group, to be honest. Like, even from, do you know my best game in 2010? My best game in 2010 was Uruguay.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we lost that game. That was my best game. I thought that game we really played well. And let's not forget, Uruguay were finished was third. In fact, they were in the semi-finals, so it's first of all. Like, Uruguay were really, really good. They were incredibly good. They were one of the best teams. In fact, I think Uruguay even entertained us better than Spain, even though Spain went on to do what they did. Uruguay were really good. In that game, we were really good as well. In the end, we didn't win, so nobody cares. And the manner in which we lost also puts us in a different limelight. So yeah, I think I like the 2006 team but all the extras that came with it also made them look naive, overly excited, in some way.
That's an interesting context. But okay, you were on a point before
yeah. So
sorry for that. I can finish it.
So in that first game, I think the 2010 team already have 3 points. Then if the 06 team faces the 2014 team, I think the 06 team will lash them. That 2014 team.
What are you talking about?
Let me explain.
You're saying that the 2006 team would beat
the 2014 team hands down.
Okay, listening.
Thank you very much. The key components in that 2014 team, in fact, the one who made the team tick in midfield was Muntari. Muntari was better in 06. If Muntari in midfield came up against ACN Apia Eric Adu in that 2014, they would have overpowered him. We considered 2 against USA. We considered 2 against Germany. Considered 2. 6 goals conceded in 3 games. I'm using that Germany game because that was one of our best games. But the 2 goals that we considered against Germany, it should have been 4. There was a there was one of the best tackles I've seen in World Cup. On Mula. Was it Mula or Klose?
No, the short boy. Who scored the World Cup winning goal in
Mario Götze.
Could you have someone on him? And then
the block was on Mula. And then
Klose
scored the goal.
Klose from John Boy on Klose.
No, but that one wasn't dangerous. Like I'm saying, the goal saving one.
Yeah.
If Klose had got that shot,
it was Mula.
Yeah, it was Mula. If Mula had shot that ball, it's a goal. And then the second one was also in the second half. Some through ball that fell to Klose. He turned 1-on-1 and he kicked it off target. I don't understand how he missed that chance.
It's football.
Yes.
So
but the openings that Germany created in that game, in that second half, after we are taking a 2-1 lead, some way.
And you are saying that nobody can create those chances against the 06 team?
I'm saying you can create those chances, but that 2014 team will not create as many chances as the 2016. The 2016 team, they'll cut you open. That team, they will cut you open.
I disagree.
And the Asian Apia Muntari Eric Adu 2006. The mobility, the ability on the ball.
Yes, that's
the efficiency. And then the youthful exuberance, the strength, the power. And yes, as compared to that 2014 midfield, they overpowered them.
So Muntari was slower.
But
more intelligent. Kwaja was playing a left back. So who else was in midfield? No.
KP.
He didn't do well against Germany.
Yeah. This guy was a threat. The guy a right wing. Christian Achu and Harrison Afu's combination down that right flank was dangerous. And then Asamoah Gyan, Dede Ayew. That was a good team, but I'm comparing the two, the strengths and weaknesses. And I think that 06 team, I think that's where we will have our biggest win. The 06 team will lash that 2014 team good, 3 or 4.
Really?
Oh, I'm telling you, good, because they'll wipe them. They'll wipe them on the clay.
This is Ghana's starting lineup against Germany in 2014. I'm interested in why you think we will lose. So the Fatah Dada in goal. Don't forget that.
Maybe just get 2 goals.
Harrison Affo, right back. Koja Samoa left back. Jonathan Mensah and John Boy in central defense.
So wait. So Ongo.
What are you talking about?
Oh, Saleh.
Who scored Ongo?
John Boy get Ongo.
Oh, Massa.
John Boy get Ongo.
Who will force that Ongo from the 06 squad?
Baby. 06 Baby.
Don't forget,
all over the place, Baby.
It's better than 2014 Baby.
Oh, he was quick. Where
06, not 10. 06.
Let's ask Baby Jet. That if he had. Call him, ask him if he had time.
Baby Jet 2014.
Baby Jet 2006.
The one that scored against
you asked
Neuer.
You asked the specific question. You said who will force him to make that mistake. And I'm talking the mobility of 206 Baby Jet. Oh, like that was have 2 own goals.
Okay, so the midfield was Rabiu, Muntari, and KP Boateng. Then Ayew and Gyan up top. This is the squad from 2000 and...
No, Christian Achu is inside.
Sorry? Yes, Achu is there. I mentioned him. Oh, I don't mention him.
No, you don't mention him.
Oh. Fatah Dada, Okay, goalkeeper. Right back Harrison Affo. Left back Ojasamoah. Centre back John Boy and Jonathan Mensah. Midfield Rabiu, Muntari, KP Boateng, and then left wing Christian Achu, right wing Andre Ayew, Jan up top. That's the that's the squad.
Solid team.
Yes. They had Ajiman Badu on the bench, Jordan Ayew on the bench, Albert Adoma, Daniel Opare, Michael Essien, Afria Akwa, Majid Juarez, Mubarak Wakaso, all on the Samuel Inkum, all on the bench. The 206 squad, let's say this is Germany, so that one we're using which game? Against
Czech Republic.
Against Czech Republic. Goalkeeper Olele. Okay, against Fatal Dada, obviously. Right back John Pencil. Who played left back that day?
Was it not Adukwe Papu?
He played the Italy game. I'm not sure
if
he played that second game, if he started. But I'm getting it for you just now. All right. Okay. So here we go. The lineup.
Oh, your boy played left back.
Who is that? I don't know. This is the lineup.
Habib Mohamed.
Yeah, exactly. So it was Habib because Habib came in after that game. So it was Richard Kinson, John Pinso, and a right back, Habib Mohamed at left back, and then you had John Mensah and Ichila Ilyasu at centre back. Midfield, the golden trio, Michael Essien, Stephen Appiah, Suleiman Tari. Otto Addo at right wing.
Yes.
Matthew Amwa and Asamoah Gyan up top in a 4-4-2.
Otto, solid player.
So this is the team that would have beaten the 2014 squad.
And that tournament was Otto Addo's return after his 5-year absence. You know, after the Liberia game.
Yes.
Where he was playing right wing, then Stephen Bedu right back. And the two of them were blamed for costing us that game after that.
And see, Otto wasn't right wing, hug the touchline right wing. Otto come inside. Late runs into the box with his height and his technical ability. Otto to Otto be ball out.
With his
Otto is going up. Otto going up. He was one of my favorite.
No, you can't
players.
take that away
Otto,
from him. Very skillful.
solid guy. So and very smart. You see, because of the German education.
Yes.
When Otto is coming from the right hand side,
so why is
moving
Semenyo not?
No, Otto in skill level than Semenyo, they miles apart. Otto be solid guy. So if Otto they come, then pencil they give overlapping. So Otto they go the inside the way you can't.
That is the side where Koja Asamoah is. He's not getting past him.
Who's not getting past him?
Otto is not getting past Koja Asamoah.
He doesn't need to.
He doesn't need to get past him.
But you need to get past players.
We are adding bodies to the
You
center.
mentioned how somebody was blocking someone. I'm saying that
Otto coming inside no. And then we saw Czech Republic struggle because of that. Otto coming inside no. In the central areas no.
He's
going to force
Muntari.
No, I'm not talking about central attacking areas. So he's going to join Matthew Amo and Baby Jet up top. He don't be John Boy with Safa.
Oh, hold on. So you see, he's arranging the whole thing to go and target John Boy. Me too, I don't want to agree.
I'm saying
before he gets to John Boy,
that's why I said that.
He gets to John Boy, no.
That's what
Sule is there.
No. You see, you are mixing.
Koja Asamoah is there.
You are mixing the thing up. At the
He
base.
said, hold on. He said, hold on. I beg you. He said, Otto, no, he doesn't hug the touchline.
Yeah.
He said he likes to go into the channel.
Yes.
Then John Pencil overlaps.
Yes.
And I'm saying, if Otto is going into the channel, who is he meeting there before John Boy?
He's the free man.
Wait.
So
he has already
is he going there with or without the ball?
He has already established
Without the ball, what's the ball movement?
So, okay, good. Who has the ball at that point?
Who has the ball?
The overlapping John
And let me
Pencil.
shoot the SCR.
That's what you missed. He has
Essien
already
Appiah.
established that 206 had a dominant midfield. My point of departure in all of this was that in 2010, all the elements were in place. All the elements for a successful team. Big personalities, energy levels and legs to actually execute it. Maturity. And players performing at peak levels. 2010 was the best version of Jan I have seen. Right from the AFCON to the World Cup. And you see, for a tournament, you need... See, Ghana, we are not used to one chance, one goal strikers. So.
Yeah.
Even the legendary Tony Yeboah, he will probably give you 2 out of 3. But one goal, one chance in a tournament. 2010 was the first time Jan was doing that. And it was super important because it was a team that was remarkably skint on chance creation.
Yeah.
And so you take that against any opponent, you have a chance of winning.
Yeah.
You don't need a sustained spell of play or create multiple chances before you score. That is what gives them the advantage. Beyond Jan, you had other big personalities who could create chaos. They don't necessarily need to score, but they will create chaos for someone to put the ball in the back of the net. And then you had others who could seize the moment and just decide that, forget everything else, I'm going to score. KP Boateng did that.
At 2010, they forget.
So that is what sets
Anthony
that team
Annan.
apart.
Hey, forget. Let's close the shoe. Hey, Anthony Annan. Hey, close the shoe.
I was coming to that.
Anthony Annan. Close the shoe.
Apart from the match-winning ability, maturity, and the personality, they were a disruptive force. You won't get past them.
And they were energetic. They were young.
Charlie,
They didn't stop running.
The
Yes,
best
the
defense.
energy was-
We didn't even mention the fullbacks. Pencil and Sapi. Hey, close the shoe. Close the shoe, Yapon.
So the 2013
Yapon,
beat
Yapon.
everybody.
They will ship everybody.
They'll beat everybody.
Massa, close
You
the
see-
shoe. The best version of Olele.
the earlier
03,
points that I
I'm
made
going
there.
to let our listeners
Oh, they
join
should
in.
go.
Hey,
Yeah,
Olele,
yeah.
Sapi,
03, hold on.
John Mensah, Fossa, Pencil, Anthony Annan, Kojo Asam,
And
Massa,
Mukari.
close the shoe. Yapon. KP.
I went back to watch that.
Earlier when I was
I went
talking
back to
about-
watch all 5 games of that tournament.
Yeah.
And I think that we have not given Koja Asamoah his right flowers.
I'm coming to that. Earlier when I was
tournament,
talking about
that guy.
midfielders who can't do anything after
There's
winning-
nothing he couldn't do.
Yes.
Oh, I
when
said
I was talking
after-
about midfielders,
Appear FEB aura. But one day we'll do, one day we'll.
Oh,
When I was talking-
I agree.
Oh, I'm telling you,
Wait,
one
let
day
me
we'll,
finish.
we'll
when I was
We'll
talking
go
about
there.
We'll go
midfielders
there.
who can't do anything after winning the ball, that game against Uruguay, look, in 2010 we had world-class midfielders.
Hey,
Anthony Annan,
Anthony
when
Annan.
he picks up the ball, the next pass is taking the sting out of the opponent's attack or is starting the new sequence. Go to the Koja Samoa assist. No, the DIU assist for the Jan goal
Yeah.
against USA. Fantastic. Like, in that split
some
second.
people they thought that in be clearance, but we will not agree.
But you saw where he
No,
was.
no,
Yeah.
the accuracy, that could not have been clearance.
And he was
And
Koja
the
Asamoah
channels
to
that
KPB, right?
Look,
For the first goal.
Yeah,
look, that team, it had everybody who played in the middle of the park could do everything.
baller.
They would win possession. They could find the teammates from half a world away with precision. If they had to shoot and score, they could. If they had to just run the ball from midfield into opponent's half and score, KP Boateng proved that. And that, for me, the performance at that tournament should be the blueprint for every Black Stars World Cup campaign. Because it looked like we were prepared for every scenario and every opponent. Right down to extra time. The only thing you can't legislate for penalty shootouts. You can prepare, but if the player gets to the spot and decides to change their mind at the last second, you can't legislate for that.
Ready, you?
But everything that you can prepare for, they prepared for it. Even the game Germany beat us 1-0.
It was a tough match.
I will get chances.
Germany didn't have any chance.
Yeah, tough.
Germany
tough
didn't
game.
create any, and that is the mark of a world-class team, that they can come up against different
In
opponents.
fact, let me give you this TV room opinion. If we had used the 2014 ball for the 2010 World Cup, Ghana would have missed the final. I'm telling you.
030-221-6541. 030-221-6541. You can call us and join the conversation. Today is Freestyle Day. All right. Or our WhatsApp number 055-1111-997. You can call that as well. 0302. Write the number down. 0302-216-541 and 055-1111-997. There's quite a number of people on Spaces as well that want to join the conversation. Jojo has come to rap me that I should let people join as speakers on Spaces. So if you are listening to us on the space and you want to speak on the space, you can. I think the audio space, we have a video stream and an audio stream. So I guess that's for the audio stream. Anyway, so, but yeah, let's go to the phone line. Your name and where you're calling from?
Hello,
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, your name and where you're calling from?
Nana.
Sorry.
Nana.
Nana. Yes. What are you driving?
I'm at the New area, so.
Okay. Yeah, Nana. You've been listening, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. What do you want to say? You want to talk about the 60s or the Blaster squad conversation?
I beg. I know go like you. Give me a look.
Okay, I'm listening to you. You want to compare the squads? Who beats who? Which one was better?
I have a question. It's about our sports, but first I want to say I'm grateful for Nkoma because the whole of this would have been, this month in particular, I've been hearing people who are alive, who experience him and how independence came about. This time around, they spoke about his bad side and all that. And you know that looks like his defense and the imperfection, it supersedes his perfection. That's why he was able to do all the things I did for Ghana. And it made me ask myself, what if Nkoma didn't do from that? What would have happened to Ghana? So that's it on that side. On the sports aspect, see, when you started the show, you were giving history on how we started, how dominant Ghana was in sports here and there. And I've been thinking, at that time, there wasn't nothing like technology or growth so much to enhance anything. And for some reason, if anything you guys said is to go by, it looks like we got it right. So I've been thinking, today that we have all of these things available, how come we are not getting it right? And at the time that we call it the Bajimi Brainy Mono, we sort of got it right. I've been wondering, what do you guys think has contributed to the decaying nature or sports we have in this country? Because Majuwa maintains here.
Okay.
And it should be better from how it was back then, like you guys should be discussing it. It should be way better, but it looks like right now it's worse.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. All right, Nana, thank you. Very interesting thoughts from Nana there. He doesn't understand why we were so dominant and now we are worse than before. With all the things that are available to us now, technology and everything, when we should be better, we are worse. Okay, 0302 216 541. You can also join the conversation or send me a WhatsApp message, or you can call the same number 0551 1997 055 1111997 as well. You wanted to answer the next question, or let me go to the phone line again? Actually, just hold your thought. Okay. Let me go to the phone line. I'll come back to you. Your name and where you're calling from. Happy Independence Day.
Many happy returns.
Your name and where you're calling from.
Ajiman Joseph from tonight, Sama.
Ajiman, yes, please. What do you want to say?
The World Cup when Suarez, caught the ball. The squad were poised for victory, and they played their hearts out, but luck eluded them. But you shouldn't forget that this Suarez and his people, they chant a lot. Just that when you are talking about football, you don't talk about juju aspect of it. After that squad, there were politics that was injected into the Black Stars. That's how come the Black Stars were not performing as expected.
Hold on, Ajiman. Did you say that Suarez and his squad, they chant a lot?
Hey, do you think that game was just a mere game?
Wait, what kind of chants? You mean like it was a mere game of football? What else could it have been?
The person caught the ball at the back of the line, which automatically it's a goal. Then you saw our players, they were complaining that it's a foul, penalty. Instead of pointing that it's a goal because it's crossed the line. Do you think it was just a mere football that you were playing? Tuesday. You don't know.
Interesting. Ajima, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Wow. All right. Is it
the ball didn't cross the line, sorry.
The ball didn't come. I think we've had that conversation.
But the Ghanaian boys do the chant. Why do the Ghanaian boys do the chant?
The Ghanaian boys do the chant.
Don't you any chance? So if you get power, if you get a juju, somebody to get power to you.
No, they my own Biakuko. They my own.
Esicho, can you do a Ghana player chant, for example?
No, the players. When he says chance, he's talking about juju.
I'm aware, but what kind of juju do the Ghanaian players do? You are here leveling a wild allegation.
Themselves. No, I'm not the one. You are the coach who left the job and wrote a whole report that the players are chanting themselves. They are telling me.
That's why we sacked him, because
the coach says that the players were doing juju against themselves. Me, I can't talk. Say me, I'm doing wild allegation. Which allegation? Coach has said this thing. Coach used to the players every day. He said this thing. He said me. The players will do juju. Who the end powerful? Some of the players they have to fly crocodile tooth for them to go and challenge stuff.
But how do you find crocodile teeth?
We can find it through the phone number 0302. You can also join in 0302 216 541 and 055 1111 997. Yeah, you can quickly make the point you're trying to.
Nana's question.
Yes.
It's just lack of political will and
lack
interest.
of planning, huh?
Yeah, and because today the government says they are rolling out, or they have rolled out a sports development fund. Mm-hmm. You don't need to look far. There's already a blueprint. Just fine tune it. Today, every radio show will talk about every great thing that happened after independence. In every discipline, in sports, we have laid the foundation here on this show. We've mentioned quite a lot. Just go and visit how it was done back then. And now that you have a budget to work with.
Okay, fair enough. Let's go back to the phone. Who do we have on the line?
Good afternoon, Fenton.
Yes, good afternoon to you. Happy Independence Day. Yeah. Your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Engineer Desmond from Tema.
Desmond, engineer. Engineer Desmond, right? Are you babysitting today? Then catch you for house.
Yes, yes, so, yes.
I can hear. How old is he or she?
Oh, she's 5 months.
Oh, 5 months. That's very young. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What's her name? Yeah. Okay, anyway, that's yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Brenda.
Oh, Brenda, nice one. Engineer, what do you want to say? We're listening to you.
Oh yes, so I was following you guys. You guys didn't add the 2022 squad. Although they were young.
2022 squad. Danike said. Danike was say.
They are not parts.
Oh, they are not. The boys all agree that
let's show them some sympathy. I beg.
Yes, but I think the 2010 squad, like you said, they were very solid. And whilst listening to you, I chanced on the video of the 2026 squad that played against Czech. And it's like we turned a blind eye to that match. I just realized that Jan missed the penalty in that match.
Of course, that's what I wanted to stay on that point for a bit, and then again go were sacking me. Yeah, Sichu.
Yes, although we won by 2.
That one, he got a yellow card for it. Yeah, the ball not to war. They have no whistle. They were still talking to the players. Jan went to play the penalty
because he heard a whistle from the crowd.
He said he heard.
Yes.
And they gave him a yellow. That's why he missed the USA game.
Which was
so he had to retake the penalty. Then he missed the retaking penalty.
Yes, I think it's then just the last one. I've heard people doing a shout out for Andrea to be added to the current squad. His later than so they should allow the others to also have their part in the team. They should also do their part for the country. Thank you.
Fair enough. Thank you very much, engineer. With his beautiful daughter, then Kachioma, he has to do the babysitting, so he's very busy, but still found time to call us and contribute. So we appreciate Engineer Desmond, I believe is his name. You can also join 055-111-1997. The Andre Ayew conversation that he just introduced, that's an interesting one, right? Let me go back to the phone lines then. Hello, your name and where you're calling from?
Hello, thank you.
Yes.
I'm psychology.
Psychology is your name?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know the guy.
You know psychology?
I know him.
Why, you met him before?
I know him.
Psychology, does Daniel know you?
Well, I spent some few months at the mental hospital, so I'm sure he's a friend.
You spent, Danike, he said if you spent a few months at the mental hospital, he's sure you are his friend.
I know.
I didn't hear him.
I know him. I know what you talk.
Yes, that's what he said.
The guy is serious.
Psychology.
I'm the
Yeah,
one.
Danny, he's the one. He's the one.
I say you are the one.
I'm the one.
Oh, that's interesting. Happy Independence Day to you.
Yeah, same to you.
That bar was needed for Danny Pan. Thank you for that. Thank you. I appreciate it. Anyway, what's your contribution to the conversation today?
Well, I think the 2010 guys, trust me, they had the experience, just like Danny Cade said, and also they could run a lot compared to the 2006, even though they had a mixture of experience and they could also run. But as compared to the 2010, they were a little bit ahead. So I think the 2010 guys will beat the 2006 guys.
Okay, so fair enough. Thank you very much, Psychology. And you can join Psychology as well on 055-1111-997. You can call us or 0302-216-541. Tahiru, the Ga Brazilians are called the Tabons. We rock. This is CBO in Adenta with that message. Yes, that's the Tabon group. Their history in this country cannot be underestimated or written off. Okay. This one says, Ose Anthony Annan, that guy was smallish but mighty. And Matthew Amwa, calm but composed. I miss those good old days. If not for the money saga, we would have gone far. Which squad was the money saga? That the money you missed. You are mixing two tournaments. So the money saga was 2014. Anthony Annan wasn't there. He was at the 2010 World Cup squad. I was going to ask you guys. Somebody said that I think it was engineer. He said the Andre Ayew conversation. He has seen that it has come up.
We'll discuss it at another time.
He says that in his opinion, Andre should go and rest. Nah, he has done his part.
I'll tell Otto.
You don't tell Otto. Otto is listening to the show.
Yes, Otto has heard him.
Actually, what do you think?
I think
then
Otto
again doesn't
agrees
want
with
to
me.
say something on that.
Well, maybe next week.
No, the time, no. If I
It's
say
not
I'll
enough.
stop. The time is not enough.
Because it's
Interesting.
It's a matter that you cannot afford to be taken out of context.
Thank you.
You need to be as detailed.
Yes. Because Sally,
And today the
people-
time is simply not enough.
when you have the sort of career you
Because the Pythonic spirits are
Charlie.
listening.
Okay. All right. Let's go back to the phone lines. Hello, your name and where you're joining us from?
Hello, I'm Kobe calling from Peshinungwa.
Kobe, very nice of you to join us today. Happy Independence Day. I hope your holiday
thank
has
you.
been good.
Yes, I've been good. Thank you.
Fantastic. All right, Kobe, let's hear you.
To me, I think the 2014 squad to today is the best squad if ever taken to the World Cup. That is my opinion. The 2014 squad to me was the best squad. I always say if it had not been all this brouhaha that happened with the bonuses and all that, I think the 2014 squad would have gone far ahead. I think the 2014 squad to me is the best.
Yeah, Kobe. I'm tempted to agree with you because I'm also a very big fan of the 2014 squad, and we saw
Even
them in
looking at the bench, just look at the bench alone.
Yeah. And on top of that, even the way they qualified, because that was a team that beat Egypt 6-1.
Yeah, 6-1 in the qualifiers.
In the qualifiers, they were top team.
And they even played friendlies against South Korea or something and scored.
Jordan scored a hat trick. Yes.
Yeah. So 2014 was one of the best squad, but it had a lot of
Ego issues.
things because of the appearance fee and all that. I think it's affecting the team.
Yes,
It
yes,
affected the
yes,
team.
yes, it did.
But I mean, 2010 that people are talking about, most of them were younger. They had a lot of, most of them had aggression. You understand?
Yeah.
They were younger and more vibrant and could
run
run more. So they were able to do better. But to me, I think the 2014 was the best squad we've ever taken to the World Cup.
Fair enough.
Totally.
Fair point. Yeah, fair point, Kobe. Fair point. Thank you very much. Kobe from Ningwa with his own contribution there. Guys, we are wrapping up now. Achu, you are. Wait. By the way, did you learn to sing the local version of the national anthem in Fanti or in the? You don't know the ever version. Yeah, you grew up in Takrady, right?
I didn't school in the Volta region, so I grew up in Takrady. So
okay.
it was the Yenara assassinate
that you learned.
That I learned, yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's pick our last caller, I believe, and then we'll wrap it up. Your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Chidias.
Chidias, happy Independence Day.
Say yes.
Yes.
Pencil.
Yes.
How can a talking nation win a match? This is a country we talk too much. From morning to evening, talk. Deliver nothing. Even food. We can't even put on our own table to eat. And all the rivers are entering the sea. So, this country, forget it. We just take it as sports. It's an opportunity people can take and also make money for themselves tomorrow. That is why we keep it going. Apart from that, they should forget about it. That's my opinion.
Yes, and you have a right to share it. Freedom of speech.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
People are funny.
Yeah.
He said that we talk too much.
Yes.
You have also called to talk.
He also came to talk, of course.
His talking is not too much.
It's part of the problem.
No, it was very brief.
He said we.
Yeah.
We. So he didn't take himself
it's
possessive.
Out of it. It's associative.
He said Ghana, we talk too much.
So it's associative. So
yes. Anyway, so Achu, Danike, you guys have been gracious enough to join me this afternoon or spend your holiday with us.
Siamu. Why do we have a choice? This guy, Siamu.
Stop being nice.
But more importantly, to our listeners who have been gracious enough to join us, and for anyone that also
forgotten Sicho, or he's gone.
Sicho, are you there? Oh, he's gone. Sicho is gone. He's gone. With Johnny.
Hey, friend, the day are you? Yes. The day are you? 2010. The day are you? Hey, forget.
That was a good idea.
Close the show.
It was excellent.
Are you the day?
No, but even for me, even for 2014, Ayu was fantastic. Look at the goal against USA. The Jan assist. That 2014 team, what they could play, Germany. They could play. Oh.
The goal. I do know what's in the play against Germany. Mano Noya. Did they?
Hey,
did they?
On top of that, look at the USA equalizer. The Jan assist, back heel. Did they finish the celebration? You know. Chale.
Then the tip around. Hey, the day.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. This has been Game Plan. I hope you enjoyed the conversation here on Joy 99.7 FM. It was also live on Hits 103.9 FM. Proudly brought to you by Betway. Get way more. My name is Fentuo. Tahiru Fentuo. The show will be available as a podcast. You can listen back on all the podcast platforms and also on the Joy News YouTube page. A video version will be uploaded there so you can catch up. Happy Independence Day to all of you. Thanks a lot for joining us. Up next, of course, is BBC News, and after that, Kofi Hayford will be here to drive you